Hey guys, so it's been kind of a crazy few weeks on this end. Getting ready for ankle surgery again, number 4. Um, Not really looking forward to it. Be off my feet on crutches for probably about 4 to 6 weeks, but upside is that there's no tendon damage this time, so that's good. Um, we're also getting it done before we really get into our farmers market and growing season and all that kind of stuff. So, um, still getting a lot of snow. I'm beginning to think that our ranch grows mud because we're getting a lot of mud because all of the previous snow is melting, and yeah, we're getting mud everywhere. It's kind of quite disgusting. It's one of the things that you really don't think about when you start a farm or ranching, especially at altitude, that all the snow is going to melt and you're going to be left with a absolute muddy mess. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Still getting a little bit of snow. Probably, from what I've heard, this part of Colorado and this elevation can get snow up into June. So that should make the growing season kind of interesting. Maybe do some tarps in the evening to kind of thwart the snow. Maybe if you have any suggestions or anything, feel free to comment below and hit that little bell so you know about our videos and hit that subscribe button. But the focus of today's video is mainly just kind of get to know us kind of video. Again, my name is Charles with Oxbow Farm, and we are a first generation homesteader and ranch. We are new to Glade Park. We bought our property in August, so we thought it'd be kind of cool to kind of document this whole process. Never before really being a homesteader, we had gardened and raised chickens and that kind of stuff when we lived in town, but never really doing things on a much larger scale. So up here, our farm has about 35 acres. A little bit of backstory. I didn't really grow up in ag. Had friends, had neighbors that were really involved with it. But my background is actually I was a competitive figure skater for a little over 30 years and taught competitive skating, not only here in the US, but also abroad as well. And, I've had a photography business and a graphic design business in the past. For the last probably 6 or 7 years, I've been doing custom leather work. And by custom leather work, I'm referring to things like gun holsters, magazine cases for guns, belts, dog collars, any kind of, custom project like that. Not really too much with purses and bags and that kind of stuff, because most of my equipment is for the thicker leather. So that is something that we are in the process of transitioning into the the ranch and farm services, I guess you could call it. And, hopefully that'll be up and running for this coming season. So, our plan for this year is we've done chickens in the past, and we have uh, been selling eggs for probably about 4 years now. The hens are finally really starting to kind of ramp up in production, which is good. Because in the winter they kind of slow down and they kind of become a giant group of freeloaders. So it's good that they're producing more eggs because there's nothing worse than having 30 hens and having to buy eggs at the grocery store. Yeah, been there, done that, not fun. So we're also going to be adding turkeys to the mix and meat chickens. So we will hopefully, our first batch should be, probably midsummer for the chickens. The turkeys, we will do one order once a year, and once they're gone, they're gone. Um, so we're going to do some of the heritage breed turkeys because they will not grow as large as some of your like butterball turkeys. They'll probably top out around 16 pounds dressed. Uh, they. One of the reasons why we're doing the heritage is that a lot of your broad-breasted turkeys, a lot of people don't know this, is that they can't get their turkey funk on, if you know what I mean, by themselves. I've got enough to do without having to help a Tom get his groove on with the ladies. So, we want them to be able to do that on their own and, hopefully be able to, breed our own and be able to have, something that's going to be more sustainable. So our meat chickens, we're thinking are going to average about in cycles of about 10 weeks, 10 to 12 weeks. They will be available for sale. By Colorado law, we can process up to 1,000 birds a year without having to have, the USDA label and all that kind of stuff on it. So, but we are going to have it processed at a USDA facility that is going to be mobile that will actually come up here to the farm. So that's going to be nice. All of our birds will be sold whole. We're not going to be doing, parts and parcels and all that kind of stuff because then we're going to end up with 1,000 chicken wings and no breasts. So, what else is going on? Here in about a month, we'll get our first couple hogs in. Our plan is to eventually be raising our own and breeding our own hogs. These will be sold, possibly sold. The first round will probably just be for our own use, which, there's going to be a learning curve. I know that. With everything with ag, there's a learning curve. So, but eventually we'd like to be able to sell our, hogs. The hogs will be sold as either half a hog or whole hog. I don't know if we're going to be doing too much of the cuts. We will probably do, sausages and maybe brats. If you have ideas on things that we should offer, leave a comment below. We'd love to hear it. So that's kind of what we're thinking. We will again this year be doing our own rubs. We have a barbecue rub that we have out that is a pepper and paprika base. So we'll continue to have that available at the markets, and hopefully, uh, my plan, since I'm going to be off my feet for several weeks, is to revamp the website and get some of this stuff on the website, and that the rubs will be on that site as well, hopefully. So hopefully that'll be coming soon. And then I don't know if you've checked it out yet. I'll put a link below in the description. But we have partnered with Teespring and are doing our own Oxbow Farms merchandise. So we got some ideas for some new fun shirts that'll be coming out, and so that'll also be a while Charles is off his feet project. And so yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Um, I'll be glad when we kind of get through mud season. Our plan right now is to hopefully get some of the aquaponics going this growing season. We will also be doing in-ground growing for some of our tomatoes, our peppers, a couple different chili varieties. I'd like to try to do some Carolina Reapers this year. I think the Carolina Reapers would grow extremely well in this climate because it's so hot and dry in the summer. But then we'll also be doing salad greens and that kind of stuff.